It's moments like these that remind me of the oath that I took, my vow as a cop, to protect the innocent.
You promised me you'd find my daughter!
This is not a solitary act, but more of a lifelong commitment.
I won't turn my back on any victim.
We're gonna get these guys.
Take them down.
SVU, January 18th on NBC and Peacock.
It's a great feeling. As far as being 25 years, I thought that this season was going to get wiped out by the strike. It's always great to win, and it's all even better to win with your friends. And to have a show that still people are waiting on. The fans are going crazy. They're just like, I can't wait. They need a, SVU fix, So it's good to be on something that people like, So I'm happy, 25, 26, 27, let's go.
I think that I was so grateful to be working with Dick Wolf, who I obviously recognized as a visionary back then, and knew his track record and knew what kind of, where he set the bar, and knew he was about excellence and clearly thought outside the box, and was so grateful and had so much hope and faith in him that that's the only reason I can imagine saying that. But never in your wildest dreams can you even imagine this kind of show for 25 years. So I'm constantly still processing it, and just full of gratitude to be working, and most of all, to be working on a show that matters and has so deeply affected and connected with human hearts.
I was actually getting my star on the Walk of Fame, and they told me Belzer passed. It was cold. It was like, I'm happy and I'm sad, because that was my guy. And in that episode that showed that week, we had given a shout out to Belzer. But then to come back on this new season, and we gave him a toast to Detective Munch. I mean, Belzer laced me with the game. When I came here, he was the one that told me, look, Ice, this is a marathon. Because you get on a show like this and you're ready to act. You've been doing movies or things, you think, oh, let's go. He's like, so 23 episode movie that keeps going. And sometimes you'll be in it light, sometimes you'll be in it heavy. Eventually they're gonna throw you the ball. It's gonna be all about you. You get to show your acting chops. Hopefully that show gets some high ratings. You'll show your importance, keep your job, keep it moving. But my favorite line Belzer taught me was, he said, Ice, you know what I look for in a script? I'm like, what? He goes, days off. Mariska's, first off, a sweetheart in real life, but, as far as being a rock on this show, the show's energy is based on the star or either the director. If the director's all hyper and stuff, the set energy is like that. If the star is a prima donna or they want too much in it, they can make everybody nervous. Mariska comes on, hey, let's have some fun, let's do it. She creates a very nice energy for us to work. And as long as she's happy, everybody's happy, you know what I'm saying? So it's fun to work with Mariska, whether she's directing or whether, she's just my acting partner or she's just doing a scene and you're watching her. She's extremely talented. She's got Emmys to prove it. And she's still grateful for this job and this show and everything. So, that's needed, because when you start feeling like this is owed to you or you're too big or whatever, you can feel it. Everyone can feel it.
His name is Jean de Seconzac. He directed the pilot, and so he's here directing now. And so that is such a marker. And he and I have been here since day one. And I watch him direct, and he's so masterful and so intense and intent and focused and, doing out his sketches. And you'd think it was his first time directing because he cares so much. And he's so good. And then he's like, oh, that's a bad idea. And humble. And we're all just sitting around going, best idea wins. Is that a good idea? Is that a bad idea? And that I'm so proud of, because everyone still gets nervous. Everyone, well, maybe not Ice-T, but everyone else still gets nervous. Everyone else is trying so hard and striving. And so this year, it's about how can we go farther? Even though we sort of should be celebrating, it's how can we be better, go deeper, go farther? How can we reinvent what we've done? How can we surprise ourselves? And I think that is the secret sauce. I think that, I mean, I go again, people can't believe how many takes I do still. Hold on. I'm sorry, can I go again? I just had another idea. And they're like, go for it. But that's the level of excellence, you know? And it doesn't have to be like that. And from what I hear, it's not always like that.
Well, I think as she's grown as an actress, she also has learned that energy is very conducive to the art. It's like, you know, we work with actresses and people that are different and special and extra. And I think she's learned, like, that's not the way. This is the way. And like I say, in her personal life, she's so fun and sweet and nice. So it would be odd for her to be difficult on the set in peace. And I got a call from Andre. I was talking to him, and he was one of the producers on New York Undercover. And he's like, Ice, you know, at the time, I was living in the Hollywood Hills. He's like, come do New York Undercover. And I'm like, I do movies. Are you kidding me? That's television. He's like, well, I said, well, okay, give me a bad guy. Give me a bad guy, I'll do it. So I played Danny Up. And when I did that show, I was only supposed to do one episode. And then near the end of the shooting, they say they don't want to kill you. They would like you to play some more and, you know, to do cliffhanger. And I'm like, well, y'all ain't paying me enough money, like, really, to, you know. And then they next thing you know, they moved me to the Four Seasons, and they did a little Hollywood juggling and got me to stay. And I killed Malik Yoba's girl, and I was cutting fingers off. They just let me go crazy. And that was my first experience, New York Undercover. I did 3 episodes on that. Then I got called back, I did Swift Justice. I came up out of a trunk with a shotgun, I killed some people. Then I got called back, I did Exile, the Law and Order film, where they killed me with a bowling pin. I was a pimp. So one thing about Dick Wolf, he likes you, get called back. So I'm getting called back. So then I got called back. Then I pitched Players to Dick Wolf, which was my idea. And I did that show for a season with Costas Mandler and Frank Hughes. When that show ended, Dick Wolf said, Ice, I wish I had a stronger vehicle for you. And I'm like, that's just Hollywood, the way, you know, the big bosses say goodbye. But he meant it. He meant it. And when SVU came around after the first season, you know, the show wasn't even in the top 14, in the top 40, you know. And he said, will you come do the shot? I said, nah. Come on, man, do 4 episodes, Jankowski. And I was like, all right, I showed up to do 4 episodes. Here I am. I have a very good relationship with Dick Wolf. I always tell people Dick Wolf's gangster. And with gangsters, you just do what you say you do. You don't do any more, any less. Whatever you say you can do it. There'll never be a problem. And if for some reason you can't do it, at least tell them, say, hey, I'm not gonna be able to pull that off. But never don't answer the phone, never disappear, because they'll find you. You know? So me and Dick have a very good, and obviously I've been doing what I said I would do for 25 years, so the deal stands.